Testing, testing. Testing, 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 testing. Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Manzamasanga and I'll be a commentator for tonight. It's the Tier 1 playoff second race, and we are in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. So right now we don't have a lot of races where we only have half of the grid because some expecting to join during the quali session, because of the weather, horrible weather we have out there, So yeah, let's see who goes out and let's see what's the times. Let's see what's the times. I'm hopeful that the gents will join during quali. Titus is definitely hoping so because he's rushing on his way home, but traffic being traffic, it might be a mess. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, let me try and update you on the standings. So we have Dawn with 25 points, Merix with 18, Smuda with 15, Tindo with 12. Titles wasn't available yesterday. And Mfundo, just waiting and see, ladies and gentlemen. So right now it's all about maxing out those points early and being safe. We have Smuda out. And let me just get the telemetry and see how he does. We are hoping for a nice, clean race, even if it's the three of them, If it's the three of them, I'm just hoping that it's end to end, from lap whatever to lap 22. Baby and Baby close to one another. What is Speeder doing there? Speeder's been struggling a lot these days, Since the move from automatic to manual, I feel like Speeder has been the most impacted. We always knew him as the top 5 driver, but right now, it's looking very bleak, and considering all the DNFs and everything that's been happening, it's kind of hard. We're hoping that, he's not another EXCO member that gets relegated. Because if he does, there's not plenty of us. Hey, Smoother. Okay. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Smoothers already struggling on his first step out. We have the 2 other drivers just chilling in the pits. I don't know what they're waiting for. They're probably waiting until Smoother warms up the track. But you know what? Let's just wait and see. Let's just watch Smoother as he goes back into the pits. He's probably disappointed himself, but you know what? He'll come back. Well, I'm guessing at this point he's starting third, so whatever happens. So, hey, Fiche, Tindo's just missing in action. I don't know. I've called him. Well, I didn't call him. I texted him. And, yeah. And Titus, he was just delayed in traffic, so we are hoping. We are hoping. We are hoping he joins. And the other 2 drivers are also out. Hey, Basically, you got to understand, man, that life happens, man. Besides the racing, people have lives, and they've got work, they've got social commitments, So I don't think that for most people that racing is kind of like their first priority in the greater scheme of things. So we have to tread carefully there because you know some things are more important than the others. And I think it's best if we all understood that. But let's go. Oh, I need to join the commentary group, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry very much. I'm using the wrong group to have a chat about. You're probably disturbing the drivers. Darcy. Yeah, I know you understand that, but Chance, I just wanted to highlight that besides that, I mean, you probably find that's why they're in the thingy, the playoffs, is because of personal reasons. So yeah, next flying through the tree chicanes. Yeah, hey, Mfundo is another one, understand. And to show Mfundo was really committed because he even went as far as buying the wheel and chair. But knowing Mfundo and the kind of fighter he is, he'll come back, he'll come back. Tier 2 is still about to get more competitive than Tier 1. Don takes P1 with the 130.5. Let's see what next does. 27, 28, 29, 30. Oh, with the 130.1. That's 4 times faster. Okay, we just say 3 times faster than Max. Let's see what Speed's gonna do on his outlap. He's about to start his fire up. Let's hope he doesn't go through other issues. Let's hope he's a clean one. He's probably panicking, but there's no need because there's only three of them. If he gets himself into three, he gets points, and with me staying in tier 1. Yeah, Sikri, I have to agree with you. Who's gonna stay in tier 1, considering that he's just finishing the races and participating in the races, so he's gonna get his podium. And when you actually look at the schematics of everything, with Mfundo getting relegated to tier 2, it means that 5 guys are fighting for 3 positions. So top 3 out of 5 actually makes sense. It is what it is. So let's see. Oh, he goes a bit right there. We would have loved to hug the corner. Oops, slides there, loses some seconds. Let's see how. It's actually 1.5 seconds off pace, which is something that's bad. It's probably going to the pit now. So let's hope Titans and Tinder joy, because I asked Tinder what's happening. At this point, I'm guessing Max and Dawn are just gonna fight it out, and Sweet's gonna relax and try not to DNF because, he knows he's with him. He gets P3 here, and then the last race, he just needs to, finish the race. So DNF is very, very important to motivate. Well, I'm just guessing that Max and Don are not gonna go out. Just gonna sit the 7 minutes out and hope that Tyson and them join. If it's not, the show goes on, And the league is planning big things for next season to conduct driver participation in races and all them lights. So expect a lot of changes next season. A whole lot of changes. It's just really unfortunate that most of the season was interrupted by the changes. But the changes we're looking to implement surely will help curb having half grids and empty. So Don is out. He's looking for pole position. He's gonna start in second. Let's see how it does. Yo, Don is out, ladies and gentlemen. So I just got a message from Tindo. He said it's 5 minutes out, 2 minutes ago. So it's literally a battle against time. I hope ukhona umamendlini azomtshela ukuthi yo cela like i-PlayStation. Futhi yabazi laba ma-PlayStation 4 from start to booting up to accepting invite to training load, which entire process takes 15 minutes. So may the PlayStation gods be not Nintendo. Okanye athele le moto ayidrayivayo. If not, the race goes on because this is a season that needs to be concluded, gentlemen, and the show goes on. 3 races are here, and it's going to be a party. Don looking to take this first pole position. Let's see how it does. As behind the wall goes in wide, he hugs it. Hey, KK, nasebenzisa the language, man. 3 drivers are water now. Don decides to pit, damage this ring. We have Scooter looking to improve on his outlap. And Max also is also in the outlap. Yeah, hey man, I'm also screwed, Kid K, man. It's really bad, you know. Look at this man. So Max is about to start his first laps. Takes the first two chicanes, lovely. Horrible exits from the second corner though. Well said. White kit as you go in. Six with gear five. Hits it. Using the accelerator, gear five and back to gear six. Nope, he keeps on gear six and decides to slide over. Invalidate, should have taken my advice. Let's see if we can make a quick round and see if we see our rest. Back to Scooter. Hasn't improved in his time, but is going on his first out hot lap. First corner, horrible exits on the second. Let's try to improve. And see how it does. Goes down to K3. Oh, Scooter. That's what interesting Swiss race. Don is crashed out. Oh, Scooter invalidates. Probably gonna try and save his ERS and go another lap. Just let Max version to the line. He's about to start his hot lap. Oh, and he gives up. He gives up the gentleman. Probably a fuel issue. It's already flashing. Let's see what Swoo does. That's Swoo. Take another round. Let me just send an invite so Tindo can join, you know. If you can't, at least I did my part. Sent an invite. Let's see what he does. Yeah, see, Tindo's just joined, but I'm hoping that he can choosing a car and all them other things, you know. Hey, man. This hope Tinder's short, man. It ain't a race if Tinder's not around, you know. Tinder's a funny man. I'm really hoping my fiber doesn't back out, you know, because these days when I get load shedding, even though I'm connected to the inverter, the Wi-Fi backs out, you know. So I'm hoping it's not that. Yeah, we're all hoping that Spuda cooks them nice. Phil Spuda and Fetty veteran, you know. And Spu is kind of like he found a breakaway. So, hey, I wouldn't want Spuda in a diving, Sabon. In tier two, ngoba, hey, it wouldn't be nice, man. Yeah, hey, 52, they attend their races, they make plans. You know, funny enough, if I was in the playoffs, I would have made alternative arrangements, you know. I mean, at some points before the Ntama Paul, before race night, if you saw what I load shedding at shy, maybe we'll make alternative arrangements. I used to go home, you know, Abu Bangobi will also drive home. Some would drive Google Mail or some would drive to Selby. I am actually lazy much, you know, and you have to understand, load shedding pretty and they're all focused on the bigger picture, which is what matters most and priorities, you know. So, but yeah, definitely. If Max and Dawn finish one and two, no matter how it's looking at it, it is what it is, you know. Hey, Offenso, you're hoping for three drivers. You know, Tindo managed to join during quali, so we're hoping that it's one of the drivers and it's in. You know, so let's see. Let's see. Siyatandaza. Good to call. Good to call. That he managed to choose a call. You know, but I think he had some time. Like when it showed that his Tinder strength, he had like 30 seconds. So from that point to I should have been able. Should have had. Yeah. My work PlayStation 4 in the ass manager. Oh, restart if it's possible. You're full of games. It's Windows full of games. Restart if it's possible. You know what? I don't know. It's up to the other races, you know. It's so we know, man, but you know, it's not like we were expecting to like have the grade, you know. It's not like we're expecting that. So I don't understand. You know, it's not like we're expecting people not to have priorities. So, ladies and gentlemen, Nintendo's asking for a restart in the garages, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna happen because men knew there was a race. It's not integrity. We just announced. We understand that circumstances of life happen, but racing also has its own circumstances. So, Zosile, you can't say restart. You know, by which would seem to tell them touch. So this will be us breaking the rules for Tindo, even though we have a 50% race. And the race didn't start at 9:30. It started at 22. We allowed guys to join 10 minutes in the waiting period, you know. Exactly, didn't even make quali. So I don't know. I'm not gonna bench someone who's hell bent whenever we try to, you know, squeeze the rules for a race. So unfortunately, Tinder's gonna have to set us out. You know, we all know how Tinder is when it comes to rules and everything in that life. So, unfortunately, gentlemen, 3 people. Yeah, what's in your papa? That's the problem. It's in your papa. Njalo umthetho Tinder, yeah, but against the rules. You can't be breaking the rules. The rules have been working against him. The rules have been working against him because Jadon is asking us to bend the rules. You can't be demanding the world from us, but at the same time you can't keep your end of the bargain. Yeah, well, it's all good. He just sent an it's all good message in the group. Live by the gun, die by the gun. That's all, okay? Whose life matters? Darling J in the WhatsApp group is seeing that. And the thing is, you know, it tends to understand people have issues and sometimes they run late. And we try to postpone, even by 5 minutes. But Tindo's always helping. But as you know, the race is about to start for abantu bafike ngesikhathi. And That's lights out, ladies and gentlemen. Max takes Don. Don takes Max on the start. Spuda also goes to the first corner. They're all hoping that no one TNFs, but they are hoping that they have some entertainment race also. So Max has lost 2 paces. He probably takes speed before the end of the first sector. Or make it the first lap. So we really put them finish. Mabum Teta over. Well, guys, I know you're saying Don and Max sealed, but don't forget this is Jeddah and mistakes happen. So let's see what happens, you know. Bangasoka ba TNF to Spuda win. I race wonke ama 25 let's say one. Hey, usihle ngama expo. Yini? Hey. Okay. Don't take fastest lap because he led from the first corner. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna try not to say much a lot, you know, considering that. Okay, interval. Hey, you all saw that. So there might be some TNFs during Chilemben. Just a matter of watching and seeing what's happening. I'm just waiting for the level to finish the lap so the interval time can to reset and you can see who's leading by how much. Okay, so as you have it in Chilemben, the gap between number 1 and number 2 is 3.7 and it's gaining. Okay, it's really will keep it high. So they all started on hard tires, you know. Hey, number 50 stage 3. Stage 3. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I also just got load shed, so if the stream stops, just know that my Wi-Fi bugged out, even though I plugged into my inverter. It's been funny these days, so I'm hoping that it's all good. But if it's not, guys, Twitter will just send us the points. But as close again, I'll talk less and just let you guys watch. Who's in TRS? Pizarro TRS. Hey, Don is sending it. I got funny mistake with Don. We stand up from left one, hoping good, abang bag. And there's a big enough gap, you know. Max is cutting that gap to Dawn and also opening it to Spoo. Literally, I mean, if Spoo has been finishing top three for the two races, he has 30 points, if I'm not mistaken. And 30 points plus wherever he finishes tomorrow, he should be safe, you know. Because Don and Max are above him and are the only two people. So I don't see anyone joining. And so basically, let me tell you what happened. If Titus and Tindo join, they'll be basically fighting for Fundo's position because, oh, actually, they won't. It's just, oh, Nazo! Nazo! Caught on camera. So right now, Speedo's just having a race on his own. Max and Don fighting it out. Yes, tier 1 has been extremely embarrassing. And at this point, you know, you have to think, is it a load shedding thing or it's just a Abasa join? But rules are there. Rules are there, and there's a certain amount of races you have to be part of, you know, to be part of the league. So we'll see. We'll see. Don back at it, opening up that gap again. With his ERS at 86%, that time Max is on 51. He's probably thinking that Don is using his because he's opening up that gap. It's Bulls on 84 also. I'd keep this on considering that I'm lost and I've been spinning, you know. It's more about closing the gap that by the time everyone pits, you're probably, you know, closer, but let's see what happens. I have to agree with you, Rosita, that concerning the pro attendance, men are really making this playoff extremely boring. But Susan, when you talk about the breakthrough star, you're talking about someone like Don. Don went from tier 3 to tier 2, now tier 1, back to back. You guys should have been a 5. If you knew your attendance was going to be this bad, you could have just made it 25% with one shot. But these are things you cannot foresee. Hey, sweeter. Let's see what happens in the pits. I'm more interested about what's going to happen in the pit on fifth and stuff like that. When they go clean. Didn't front boy get an assist somehow? I think there was a point where you were asking drivers because of people dropping out if they keen on taking an early promotion. So I think it's one of those. Not saying go tier 2. We didn't win the championship in tier 3. We gave him promotion to tier 2 because of. So I think in terms of racing clean, winning championship and getting promotion, or John might have been the only driver, because if I'm not mistaken, Front Boy and Django, the jump from tier 2 to from tier 3 to tier 2 was assisted because of people dropping out. But I might be wrong. I might be wrong. We'll hear after the race. Unfortunately, not here, but I can bet my life it was done. Yeah, Tyson, Luli, we are considering Tyson's recommendations, and hence the chat about you guys are about to see major changes in season. It's a shared, it's a shared effort. So next season, don't know our chance. There's gonna be major changes. Yeah, see, I get you, but don't forget, it was an assistant. It's an assistant upgrade to tier 2. He didn't win the championship, or well, I guess he was top 3. Yo, Menre, can you please stop? Yes, hey, yes, Menre, umuntu nje onokumusha mood nje. Hey, Menre musha mood even though there's still 3 drivers on the track nje. Makes it worse. Also, Menre is looking for a loophole into getting promotion. Mr. TT, Mr. Time Track. I guess right now we're just gonna wait and see who picks first, and if they make a mistake and get a 5-second penalty on the game. And so one thing you're not noticing is that these players are kind of happening because it's a way of them weeding out people with less attendance. Because when you actually look at the guys in the playoffs right now, it was due to attendance issues. So now you have a tier one where people who are getting promoted really do attend, but Jeremo and all of the likes, they get promoted and they attend races, and the people in tier one who are there are also people that attend races. So at the end of the day, it's natural selection. Tier one becomes extremely more competitive. Tier two becomes extremely competitive. Also tier three because of natural selection. You don't attend races or you drink with a joke, you don't practice, you get relegated. I mean, Pegustro. So at the end of the day, man, it's just natural. It's self-regulating. I mean, look, Pegumex. Hey, no, there. Hey. Okay, that's what's yeah, man. What's happening, Womex? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Don is making make sure. Ijikela. Lo muntu yenza sure, yenza make sure. Yenza make sure could podium insists, unless he has the fastest lap, it's probably him at this. Fastest lap, Don again by 2 tenths. Don is hugging these corners. He's extremely again. Was a bit right there. Forces him to be a bit slower. I mean, I'm just happy for Smooth, I guess. Shame, Tinder just left session. I this Tinder came out break your heart, but I haven't. Tinder can come back next race. He's gonna have to fight for podium though, so he might as well just start practicing. Next pits, no wing damage. 11 laps on mediums. Let's see how long they go. He's looking for an undercut. What? With a pass of him. Bangachaysan. gap between Max and Scooter right now is 0.2. Make it 0.1 at this point because he is sending it. Does he get another DRS zone? Yep, he's definitely gonna get it. But Scooter will get one on the home straight. ERS activated Scooter. Side by side. Scooter saving his ear. Yay! As always, Scooter. Don't risk it, mate. Don is in the pits. He exits. It's still in front. Clean. Scooter now. Hey, Naming is content. Ow, Scooter. Hey, Scooter's gonna DNF and then. Well, Kid K is not playing it safe. I mean, did you see that, didn't you? No wing payment so far, but hey. Yeah. Nice course wise there. It shaved off 2 seconds when you're taking it because the gap was 11 seconds. It took second before, but then it's just cruising, you know, it's trying to get your tires warmed up. It doesn't mind maintaining that gap because I don't think there's enough laps. These tires are fresher. It's got the ERS and Max, he's burning it. 8.3. Yeah, my players were fire in my time. My players are fair, so everyone wants to race against me, you know, and I keep on smoking them. I'm never relegated and they're going to join lobby in time and what's on them title. So, hey, Trepiso survived playoffs, man. Shout out to my boy Trepiso. Take easy. Next 6 the fastest lap from Don. Because he's been using out that ERS. If Don using East, nope, it's it. But you have to take the bit. Yeah, I mean, I'm living in Yashisa on my playoffs, bro. And everyone just means they can beat me in the playoffs. Neither Terran. But unfortunately, top 10, no playoffs was the hashtag this season. And we are safe, baby. Away from the mess. Now we have 2 Exco members, which is Titus and Scooter, fighting for their lives. Right now, Scooter is looking safe. And Titus, oh shit. Na. Na 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 na, hey, goodbye. Oh, Uchimba and I say, I saw him and I'm over. Hey, once you go to tier 2, never come back. Never come back. And the thing is, man, I've always believed that once you join tier 2, everything else doesn't go your way. He met his forts and came back, but then he had the worst season of his life. No respect to which it's the only trauma I know of this tier, you know, of this league. We are fitness season. In the hand. So yeah, you know, I guess it's the unwritten rules of the career. As a tier 1, Lean is coming back. Some stuff must screen grab. Since you can't even on my TikTok always things coming back and it doesn't even make playoffs. It stays in tier 2. Man, all I'm hoping in the tier 2 playoffs is that whoever gets promoted is a consistent driver in terms of attendance. Because as I was saying before, it's a matter of natural selection. Those who attend and drive and are consistent, it becomes a matter of everything just working with you. You know, you get your promotions, you become a better driver, and you survive. But on the other hand, if you're doing good time, Fella, hey, to be honest, Lenta is not just for fun anymore. The fun element is still there, but fun and fast. You must be fun and fast, you know. As much as get the fast and furious. See, now our slogan is fun and fast. Actually, Breakaway doesn't have a slogan. So from now on, it Breakaway, it will be Breakaway, fun and fast. If relegation was spread to it in the air, because of a fun, fast, and relegation. But, oh, easy F, baby, and the F is for fun. Or fast, depends on who you are. You know, so maybe next season we'll come up with a driver competition to win Fanatec sponsored by Zotili if we come up with a cool slogan for the league. I don't know, Zotili, give us a thumbs up there if you're willing to sponsor it. Yeah, you see? But the fun is in the fast. They all break away, putting the fun in the fast. Now, this was really nice. So I guess they wins the Fanatec. This was Tengela yourself. Congratulations, Zotili, in the Fanatec. So you must buy it now by fire by force. Otherwise, back to the race. Don is making make sure. Wins make sure. That's what I'm saying, making make sure. But Max is cutting it, you know. He's cutting it. Don is playing it safe. And Max took it from 11-second cut and now it's a 5.1. He is spinning the DRS now, and this man makes it faster step again, back to back. Do you think Max can make it in the last 5 seconds? Because at this rate, seems like he's taking 1 second a lap. I doubt it, but let's see, 6 laps and 5 seconds to go. Sean has 100%, Max is 24. So is it an ERS thing? Or is it a John saving his? Let's see. John is playing it too safe. Yeah, John is saving the ERS. Max is in G2. No penalties. It would be funny if we could see like the amount of penalties or warnings that have gotten. Nah, I don't think Max is gonna make that. Max 6 fastest lap again. During that time trials, the 131 was the fastest. Let's see if he can get close to the 130.1. Smooth just driving on his own, you know, he told himself, you know what? I'm just gonna take them points and be safe. Breakaway, putting the fun in the fast. Hey, Zuthi, yazi abuzusile baphizi ngama-calculator lapha emabhenki. Lokho kwamawati wa-creative director nje ngingabuyisisa lapha e-FC Barcelona. Ya uNcebo uNcebo naye ngibuya kude naye man. At this very same track he assassinated me. Kodwa ngamshiya. So it's not a problem. Hey, uyawaxolisa futhi so he was feeling bad. Kanti akazi ukuthi ngizomyenzani. So abafuthi nami ngiyahamba till us down. But Nceba into naye. Yazi, when I'll always be my nemesis. Number 1. Otherwise, Max is closing at 3.6 now. Hey, he slides this sometimes. Oh, Max lost some valuable time at that slip. He was within the 3.6 seconds. I was in the 4.1. Not looking lively. Unless Don makes a mistake, but Don is saving the DRS. Uzu Shangachi knows. One left, Bulela yoink. After the semi-tournament, we have the same race, but for Tier 2 playoffs. Yeah, I never get it, you know. Some more than others, you know. Sinabanya, we are more than others. The animal farm situation, when it's an inclusion thing, it's a wrong, I'm just inclusion. Yeah? Does everyone have their wings? Oh, Spuda lost his wing. Ampo with DNF. Ampo is going to the pits. Yasu Sika is always putting his partners in a difficult position because Sika collects 99% of the points and then partner collects a one. Now, we celebrate who's only have to please remind me, but you 1%. Ufake 2%. Yabona bathi add hope. Ufake le 2 rand add hope. Usidla ngalesikhathi collective and ufake 2 rand add hope. Passenger seats. You scrub. Yabona bathi best friends right. Try to allow me. Yeah, ungabe uhlele ku passenger seats. Yes. Even worse, the passenger seat yes. Yeah, I collected overview. Kusela ngimshile. Usikhuluma nge-scrub sack. Yeah, as much as Sihle never had a good season, Zochile, I had a better season. And that's all that matters. Marafele, back to the race. I think going to be Scravo, back to the race. 2.7 with 3 laps to go. Who's your money on? Who is your money on? It's 2.9. Oh, Max is pushing it to the limit. He's almost kissing those walls. Sang him back. Something for almost nothing off. Hey, Sihlaume ngimshiyile lo muntu. Jengo after the playoffs we'll choose the partners mates. Kuthi ndokhona practice and ibe mnandi. 2.7 from 2.6. Does it gain some time like this first chicane? Let's go. 2.7. 2.8. Yeah, donate to this, man. He's doing that thing. Smooth probably looking at the fastest step. Just look at his times. We will look at his times in the next step, I guess. I hope he gets fastest step. But it's about to be lapped. Hopefully not. Aye! Don't make sure everything's safe to use now. To be the fastest lap, let's see what he does. But you know, so let's look at the fastest lap so far and see if it's actually realistic. So Spuda has to cut a second of his time. A second of his time. Let's watch. Does Spuda get a second of his time? What do you think? A second is what Spuda needs to have the fastest lap. I got a tiny ERS, we will take the next lap, but let's see what happens at now. He's on lap 23 when everyone else is on lap 24. So till without the arrest. Okay, let's look at the sector one. Corner at my eyes wasting it. Plus, well, on the he's wasting it. He must use it next lap and must use it fully because it's gonna be his last lap considering that the other driver is already on lap 24. He's on lap 23 and he's avoiding being left. So he must use it. Smoother. Maybe I don't know. But I was actually in better. He said he can on soft. So maybe we'll come up at now. He uses it. I still believe that he should have used it next lap. This was a horrible decision. He needed more than a second. The serious saying will pull a prank for next season. Oh, you see? Only minus 210. It wasn't worth it, mate. Don't take the fastest lap and see 1:25. Last one making 26. It's the final laps for your last two. 4.6. Well, we already know that Ron is time and want this. It's just to watch his victory lap, so when you watch this for your racing first, yeah, I'm good at taking those corners. Gear 6. Don't know all of it. Don't know all of it. Pretty zero. Pretty zero done. Yeah, I want them to rewatch this so you can see with Tayawa Shala Makona, I can left down shame. Maybe AI, yes. I'm not even saying what on. The PS3. PS3. Abanye bafaswe ma-soundtrack but abashiya kuma-race. Abanye bafaswe ma-race but abana constituency baphinde sibashiye. So hey, that's the trick away. You have to find the median, you know. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our race leader and probably safe in getting promotion is Jonathan Lager. See you, Don. The first lap yakho. Das makes sense that I will fail the shame, but I see too. It's telling me that I'm not going to speed us in the now. Don, ladies and gentlemen, has led each and every lap of this race. And he didn't even start from the front. He took Max from the first corner. And it wasn't so he sent the entire race. He left him behind. Welcome down to Tier 1. And if I'm not mistaken, welcome next to Tier 1. Smoother, he keeps 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Stomach in, chest out. So the young man is Smoother, just has to finish his next following race. And it's in. As many of you touch in the comment, I mean, I haven't you in the comment. That is the post race podium comments. I make 3 months. But I let them try to ask a few questions. If you have anything you want to ask, then post them in the chat. So who's good for team? Tinder needs to win next race. That's all also Tinder. That's all us. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our top 3 is Don, Max, and Smoother. The top 2 are safe and are into P1. Shout out to the Union of Tier 2 for promoting these drivers and making sure that they make it safely into Tier 1. Smooth just needs 7 points. It's either a P5, 6 finish or he's safe. So he just needs to finish the next race and it is what it is. And if Tinder wins, Tinder has to win. Yeah, okay. I maybe have some questions for the drivers. How do you find the current format of the playoffs? Do they enjoy? I only saw the first half of the question since the user, and I am a double question. It's not a press briefing. Uthumele message ku-garage athi, hey, I'm poor. Okay, where's my phone so I can see this phone message never posted and it's actually saying good one. Hey, Maluda.
Kushubile baba,
Hey, baba. Hey. Angazi uthandazela mpho uNkulunkulu mara hey. What were you? So you had incidences where you saw you spinning, and at some point I thought you broke your wing. What was
I
happening there,
did.
man? Was it a concentration thing or Munzima
So,
general?
so listen, right? So when I knew that it was just three of us, right? I was like, okay, I mustn't try to do anything. I must just finish the race. I'll get my 15 points, and that puts me in a very good position in terms of staying tier one, which I really don't deserve to be fair. But you take what you get, yeah.
Yeah, no, I
So,
completely understand.
yeah. So at that point, I feel like, okay, no, I'm okay. So let me try and push more. Hey, that's where I spin again.
Hey,
So I
man,
was
I,
like,
but
okay, let me go back to my normal driving, no stress, I just finish the race.
nah, I get it, man. You know, as you were racing and spinning, people had their calculators out, trying to figure out what needs to happen in the next race, you know, because Tindo joined late and couldn't actually make the race, you know. And now it's actually a
Yeah.
battle between you and Tindo for P3, you know. So the
Listen
question
here.
I'm just trying to pose to you, Speedo, right now is Tinder needs to win the next race, and you just need to finish the race. Do you feel
That's
any
all I'm gonna
pressure?
going for. And that's all I'm going for. Even if they let me 10 times, I don't care. I'm just gonna finish the race next time tomorrow.
Nah, that's awesome, man. As I was saying, as
Yeah.
competition commentating on the race, I was saying we can't have you in tier two being an ex-com members, you know. You can't give
But
them
to
the
be fair,
satisfaction.
I don't deserve to be tier one, bro. Like I've been so shit this year. Oh, excuse my language, but I've been so bad. And the fact that and it's gonna just get worse in terms of getting time to practice and stuff like that. I don't know how I'm gonna improve rather, but yeah, off season I need to find pace because yeah, this is just not it, bro. I really don't deserve it. But since I'm going against Tindo, I might as well just take it, you know.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. You will take it, you know, considering that you have a high advantage considering the points. And congratulations on your P3 position, man.
Away,
Well deserved,
congratulations,
man.
Don tholakala uyahamba son yo hayi
Hola, hola,
ngeke
Spuda.
it's
Sure,
Don, my
sure, no
brother,
problems,
you
man.
have officially qualified, as I've been told, for tier one, man. How does that feel?
Ah, man, it's the greatest feeling, man. Congrats to Spuda and Max. You know, the mission is to finish the race as always. So yeah, man, it feels great, my man. Um, Jeddah is not my favorite of tracks. I always spin on this track, so yeah, I was happy to finish.
Yeah, you know, looking at the comments in the group and actually watching the race, people would beg to differ because after they qualify, you know, people were just saying, you know what, if Max leads the race, what's going to happen is you guys will never catch him. And you actually led each and every lap, you know. So what was your thought process during the entire race, concerning that at some point you were looking at the times and you could see that, you know what, you actually open up the gap.
Yeah, yeah. No, at the start of the race, I was expecting as well that Max will lead. Um, and for I think he missed the timing at the start, so I got the lead, and I saw Spuda overtake him as well at some point at the lap one. So I was like, you know what, let me push as hard as I can on the first lap and second lap, so that I create enough space for myself to get grip on my heart, whilst Max at least battles with Spu. So that helped me a bit. And then from then on, I was just trying to maintain speed or distance between myself and him. But near the end of the race, I saw him pushing quite a lot.
Yes,
But
yes.
with that one lap, that early pit, I was like, okay, at least I have enough time to just save my mediums whilst he tries to push. And I just gave my marker. It was like at least 4 seconds. Then I start as well to push. It helped me, but that virtual safety car put me at
Yeah.
a bit of a disadvantage. But yeah, no, all in all, it was a good race.
Nah, that's awesome, man. We have a few questions from the commentators. Yeah, Actually, the
Mm.
first one is from Ngabukuzwa, and they actually like to find out how are you guys finding the format of the playoffs? Yeah, are they enjoyable or how do you find them?
The format is in what way? Like
The
the
format
way.
of playoffs of getting promoted and
Mm. Yeah,
relegation.
it's actually it for me. It's good competition. You first want to during the season be in the top three, so that you don't have to go through this, you know. And then with the playoffs, it's a different way of driving compared to, for me, what I'm experiencing, compared
Oh
to race
yes.
during the season. Because here, you have opportunity for points. You just want to make sure you don't DNF and crash out of the race.
No, most
So
understood.
you drive cautiously, but at the same time you still want to qualify. So you don't want to drive too slow as well. So it's a very good competitive way to step up and qualify to the next one.
Nah, that's awesome, man. So, last question, looking forward to
Mm.
next season, man. Do you already have in mind who's your teammate is and where do you see yourself finishing up, in terms of the log standings?
Um,
What's your
I haven't
target?
actually even I haven't actually thought of teammates and cars and whatnot that I would like to drive, or the team I'd like to drive for. But standings, I mean tier one, it's the top one. So I've seen the guys how they drive. They're very fast and very clean. So for me, if I can stay in the top 10 by end of the season, that for me will be enough. Podium it's not even in my mind for next
So
season.
it's just finishing top 10 and surviving
Yeah,
because, yeah.
yeah,
No, I get you, man. I get you. We have so many questions there in the group, especially from
mm,
Sihle. Sihle is more obsessed about the drivers and companionship, But surely
mm.
in your back of your mind, you've been thinking about, what would be the perfect teammate?
Hey, uh,
If you had to guess from the table that's before you, who's in
that's
tier
before.
one,
Yeah.
who you with?
Um, I think I would actually go for Brown Boy. Reason being, I've raced with him before, for a few races and during
Yes.
tier three when he entered, and we were both in tier three. And yeah, I think he has the type of racing that I aspire to say, okay, at least I can learn something from him. So yeah, I think he would be the best candidate, or a partner for me, in tier one. Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. Let's go into Max. Hey, Max, are you there, mate?
I am here. I'm here.
Hey, man, how you feeling about that, after that
Yes.
race, considering that you led in the qualifier and then going into the race, there were a few slips there, but you managed to give us a race until the end. How was your race, Far?
Can I tell you? It felt like everything today was trying to make me DNF from the beginning of the race. Honestly, like I can't explain it, but it this game. That's all I can say because it was literally lagging. I was turning at a corner. It was turning 2 meters there. There's a point where I almost crashed into the wall. But yeah, no. Other than that, um, I guess I'm happy with the performance. I was trying to get first place today, but yeah,
It is what it
couldn't
is.
happen. Yeah, I'm just happy I could get the points.
And you do know you've also qualified for tier one, Moss, right?
I do now. I do now.
Well, congratulations, mate. You
Thank you.
and Dawn have sealed your places in tier one, according to the guys in the comments
Yo,
using their
let's
Bafana
go.
Bafana calculators. And one question I've asked Dawn, and I'm gonna ask you is, going to next season, what's your target, and think about teammates. Who do you see yourself with?
Uh, geez, I was also trying to think about that now when you asked Don, but I truly haven't thought of anyone.
But
When it
surely you
comes to
can
the
choose.
drivers,
Okay, if we have to put you in a spot and say from the tier drivers that are there, who you going with? Who would you choose?
um, okay, purely based on friendlies and when I'm on a good day, who I'm battling, just because they drive in kind of the manner I drive as well. I'd say Zotile.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. And your target for, you don't want to be in the playoffs or be in relegation, so you probably have a top 15, 10, 5. Where do you see
Uh,
yourself?
I was actually looking at it, and that one I want to be in at least top 7. Yeah,
Hey man, I'm fighting you. Next season, tier
I want to
one
fight
in
for top
tournament
7.
is gonna be a battle. Everyone wants to be top 7. No one wants to be my top 14 and just be safe from playoffs. Top
Yeah,
10 it
no.
is. No, guys, I just want to congratulate you guys again, on securing tier one, position. You guys have been actively racing and participating at the time required. We hope you bring back that to tier one, and we make it exciting,
Yes,
you know.
definitely,
Let's
definitely.
give people what they want, gents.
Indeed. No, thank you
Nah,
very much.
nah, that's awesome, gents. Last race tomorrow. Let's just hope no TNFs and you just guys finish the race, Let's just see who wins the playoffs.
Yeah, yeah.
Just here. Okay, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Men are serious about next season. They have high targets, a top 10 and a top 7, So let's see what happens. And don't forget, next race coming up is never saying I'm getting relegated next season. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. The different ball game. And ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to watch tier 3, the playoffs for tier 2. It's a tight one because we know those drivers always show up and give us a show. For me, Romeo Masango, adios amigos, I'm out.